Okay, welcome back to Driver Reviews. Today we got the Titleist TSR2.
Yeah, this is their bread and butter, and we did really well with the TSI when it first came out, obviously, and it really kind of changed how we sell drivers because we sell a lot of Titleists now. This is their bread and butter, the middle of the road kind of one. It's kind of right in the middle. There's tour players playing this club, but you know you can give this to a 15, 18 handicap as well. Yep. And obviously, all the Titleist stuff looks fantastic. I almost forgot about that stuff. You know, if you want to look down at it, I mean, that Titleist, the TSI3 for me, I look down, it's as good as it gets.
And I think that is like it's the cult following behind Titleist. A lot of it isn't, you know, a brand thing. It's not like, oh, you see Titleist displayed in a certain way or funky colours. It's like it's super neutral. The head colour's neutral, the shape's neutral. There's nothing weird going on and offensive. Yeah. So I think they do an awesome job of just like keeping it simple, but it's a performer.
Yeah, it does really well.
And the two, as you go through the size here, so as we're increasing in number, we're decreasing in size.
Yes.
So the two is a bigger footprint than what you'd see most tour players in. But some people love that. It's confidence inspiring. There's a bit more width from heel to toe. It looks like it's going to launch the ball in the air because it's a little more squat from top and it runs down that pear kind of shape. So a lot of people do love that. Let's run through the models and look at the forgiveness. We're seeing pretty consistent, you know, I think it's probably best to look at these numbers across the board, but it's, you know, you're going to average in.
If you average them all, you get a pretty good idea of the whole line.
Yeah.
You know, these numbers can fluctuate a little bit. We're splitting hairs basically here. So, but overall, I mean, these are good old, you know, especially off the toe.
Yeah, toe and high in the face. Looking at the tour graph, so minimally high in the face, you're really getting some pop out of this thing. That's where you're getting your distance.
Yep.
Which is normal. A little higher launch, a little lower spin from that.
Yeah, and on distance, obviously, we, you know, put these on flat for where they landed without roll and stuff. So, I mean, you know, he's always going to lose.
Yeah.
So don't get kind of dispersed about that, how far it went out there. Obviously, the 12 at that speed probably going to win.
Yeah.
Between 10 and a 12 at 95 miles an hour probably.
And we've tried to offset that. The only number we can't look at across the board there really is the speed rate, and that really is just housed in those 8 degrees. So 8 degrees, 3.7, you know, just because it's short down the graph, like you said, that's the 95 miles an hour.
That's not the ball speed. That's the launch conditions. Yeah.
But it's pretty decent off the face speed wise, and you can see that it's a lower spin launch number across the board than the one, which you'd expect. The one's got, you know, lighter weight body. It's really designed for slow speed.
Yeah. It's designed to add spin for the players who need it. And some do.
But this, you know, this is, so we're going to call this like a mid spinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, mid, good forgiveness, and the tour accuracy. So actually, across the board, 4.5, right in the middle of the road there for being good dispersion. And the people that hit this driver aren't all going to be finding the middle of the club all the time. This is a miss-hitting driver. So it's really important for these players to look at that heel and toe. Where do you strike it? Okay, what loft am I looking at for me? And then it's got some great numbers in heel and toe miss-hits.
Yeah, the Titleist is, especially in the heel.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, toes sometimes we get some good ones, and we get some bad ones, but, you know, in the heel's tough, and it does really well in all of them.
The heel's a hard spot, right? You get the gear, ball starts to fade hard, it spins up a little more, ball speed
all bad
off.
that happened over there. So we're spot on the face.
So, but this does a great job, you're right there. And that tour graph, you're looking at the 10 degree, which would be a lot of players. That's a great tour group in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so TSR2, what's you looking at handicap range here?
This is basically their wheelhouse, right? So this is, you know, anywhere from, you know, tour players playing this thing up to probably, you know, 18, 20 handicaps.
Yeah. Great all-round driver. Never sleep on the Titleist this year. Like you say, years past, ever since that TS project, they've been awesome.
Good driver still.
It's doing good stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mark.